Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, out on another walk, and this is part 2 of my walk around West Dean's walled gardens at the chili fiesta we happen to be, but actually this video is not really going to feature any chilies. I'm with Mr. Suggett, knowledgeable Mr. Suggett from the Veg Grower podcast.co.uk. Check it out. Lots of information about how and which vegetables to grow throughout the year. Hello, Richard.
Hello, Richard.
I hope that was an all right introduction.
That was very nice, thank you.
We're at West Dean College.
Yes.
And we're looking around the glasshouse area.
Yes, the second walled garden, the middle walled garden, I guess you could call it as well.
And I didn't realise how many walled gardens there are. There's quite a lot, isn't there?
There's even gardens that aren't walled as well here.
Oh, there you go. So we won't have time to do the whole thing, but it means that we can come back later on. Yes. What are we looking at behind us, Richard?
Well, this current greenhouse is obviously undergoing restoration. So it's removed all the glass, back down to the wood. They're probably going to be painting it up and restoring it and fixing it where they can.
Because they're quite old, aren't they?
They're Victorian.
Victorian.
Over 100 years old,
and the Victorian were pretty keen on growing things under glass.
Well, yes, they back in those days they were experimental with their food. They wanted stuff coming from there's an element of grandeur. They wanted food that could not normally grow in this country, and like the pineapple was a very high class thing to have on the table if it came straight out of your garden. And of course in those days they didn't really have refrigeration.
No.
So the vegetable plots were very, very important to the Victorians.
And also something I suppose you don't really think about these days is because we have pretty clean air, well, at least to look at. There was a lot of smoke.
There was.
And so the sunshine would have been obliterated in the cities and towns, but we're in the countryside, so it wouldn't have affected it so much.
No, but there would have been a lot of steam-driven units, or they even used to have elephants to mow the lawn, pulling the huge lawnmowers.
So glass and the use of greenhouses would have been a real major asset.
Yes.
Should we go and have a look at some?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So we're going to start. Let's go up towards this one that needs restoration, and then look and see what they're growing here at West Dean in some of the others. So this one on our left, as you can see, hasn't got its glass on. As you say, it's being repaired and painted, but next to it a fully restored one with grapevines inside. Oh, lovely. I wonder if we can go in and have a look at those.
I can see there's people inside, so I think we can.
And next to that you've got smaller bays.
These are more cold frames, so they're kind of the type of place you would lettuce and things.
Right.
You would have either glass, or they're using wet mesh at the moment on the carrots here. And the idea is you would put the glass down overnight to keep it warm, then lift it up during the day. So it's maximising the heat
and the sun. Let's go and have a look at the vines. And would they have grown vines like this in the Victorian time?
They certainly would, yes. If the Victorians, pretty much if they could grow it, they would grow it.
Wow, look at these hanging grapes. You can see that they're almost, well, to my eye they look ready. Beautiful bunches, ready to be picked. And what a great way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you can see on the floor here, all these pipes. That is the heating system for the winter.
Oh, it's a heat. I wondered if it was a watering system.
No, it's a heating system. I'm guessing. I've seen in Audley End House up near Saffron Walden, they have the remains of a wood-piled one, and that is fascinating. If you ever get a chance to go there.
Oh wow! And I suppose they would have had some sort of steam thing to warm the water up and pump it round.
Exactly right. Yes.
Back in the Victorian times. Yes. We've come out of there. Is this fig?
That's a fig. Yes, well spotted.
There we are. I'm learning my different. It's a fruit, isn't it? Fig.
Yes. It's a weird one because it's actually the flower, an immature flower. Fig.
Oh right. Oh, okay.
My understanding, anyway.
So here we've got sunken. They look like sunken greenhouses. Shall we see if we can nip into one of them?
Yes, we go in this one.
We'll let these people come out and we'll have a little gander in. And what's interesting is you can vent them as well.
Again, these are the cold frame type places, so they would vent them for ventilation. They've obviously got quite a few plants in pots, looks like grapes and sorrel and lettuce.
And all
there.
that. Let's nip down here whilst we've got the chance. And we happen to be at a chili fiesta, and in this particular one, what are they growing?
Chillies.
Chilies.
Virtually every single type of chilli.
Everything that you can imagine.
And they're good looking things sometimes, aren't they?
You were saying in my other video that we did that you don't need to grow chilies necessarily inside. I imagine they, as you said, they grow better inside.
Yes.
It's a huge different variety and different colours and different shapes of them. They are very beautiful,
Yes.
aren't they? As we come round, you can see so many different types.
Different heats, different shapes, different flavours. Yeah, it's
And it goes to
amazing.
prove that what limited type of chilies you get in the supermarkets.
Definitely, definitely.
You know, here's a whole range of varieties, so you'd have to go to a chili specialist to get some of them. Do you think the Victorians grew chilies?
I would imagine so, yes. I've not actually looked into that, but I would imagine so. I mean, was it they used to have before the long pepper? Wasn't it Paul Couchman at the Regency Townhouse said?
Yeah, so that the Regency Townhouse was sort of Georgian time, wasn't it?
Yes.
The Regency period, George the Fourth coming in. So they would have just got into it. So Victorians would have had chilies, wouldn't they?
Definitely, yes.
So that's not an unusual sight then, perhaps not as many different varieties.
No, because they've been bred to produce different varieties. The same as potatoes, they've been bred to so many varieties. When you go back to the original potato that came over from the Americas, it's
Probably a mean little
nothing.
tiny thing.
Yes, it was.
Shall we go through another one?
Yes.
Is there another one round here that we can have a look in?
Is that one open? Doesn't
Ah,
look
it
like
looks
it.
shut.
It's an ornamental one,
Oh.
of jungle type.
Let's go in the ornamental jungle. I'm sure you'd like to do that. So, this is the one. This is the ornamental jungle type of
Yep.
greenhouse. Let's try it. And in we go. And it's amazing, isn't it? They're absolutely stuffed with different flowers, ornamental flowers, kept, as you can see here, at a specific temperature. Can't actually read the temperature, but lots of... 25 degrees C, there we go. Oh, I'm getting a huge aroma here. Are you?
Yes.
Yeah. How amazing. It's sweet round it. It goes on into the slightly bigger, more tropical ones, and you can feel the step up in temperature.
Yeah, and the humidity has gone up as well.
Yeah, we'll be sweating. Here we go, another thermometer to look at. 27.1.
Not much warmer, is it?
2 degrees.
2 degrees.
Certainly
but-
noticeable.
No, noticeable. But it's probably a constant temperature.
Yes. Mind your head here.
These are pitcher plants, carnivorous, so they will eat a fly. A fly will fly in there
Right.
and it gets stuck in like a liquid in the bottom here.
They don't
and
eat-
not be able to get out.
They don't eat people.
Don't eat people, not this size anyway.
No? Oh,
Couldn't
phew.
even get my finger in it. So.
Okay, so I can actually duck round and get underneath without fear of being gobbled up.
Yes.
Oh, that was lucky. It's absolutely brilliant that at the Chili Fiesta we can, we can come in and have a look at all the different things that they grow here. Do you know what this one is?
No, it's an air plant of some description.
Is that like an air guitar? No.
It just doesn't need soil.
It doesn't need soil.
Yes.
Oh right, I didn't think there were plants that didn't need soil.
Yeah, they're called air plants. They're quite common in house plants
Oh,
nowadays.
Gosh, does it still need water presumably?
Still needs water, you just mist it on.
Oh right,
It's
that's
humidity from the air.
well, you learn something on the Bald Explorer, don't you? Not a lot, but every now and again there's something. Well, once again, time has beaten us, but this just gives you a snapshot of the greenhouse area here at West Dean College. Absolutely beautiful, and there's more gardens, there's more things to see. But thank you so much for joining us on this little expedition, and do join us again next time when Mr. Suggett takes me around exploring. Thank you very much, Richard.
Thank you, Richard, and thank you everyone watching.
Till next time, goodbye.